Hello students. Hello students. Now I am going to take the topic exception handling in Java. So exception is nothing but handling the abnormal conditions which is happened in the program. The program itself handling the abnormal situations. Okay, that is called as exception handling. So there are two type of exception handling. One is checked exception. Another one is unchecked exception. One is checked exception. Basically, there are two things that happen in the computer. One is compile time, another is run time. So it happened in the compile time. That is called as checked exceptions. There are two type of exceptions. There are two types of exception. One is checked exception. That is happened compile time. In Java, other than runtime exception, runtime other than runtime exception and error or checked exception or checked exception, then unchecked exception. That is happened during runtime. During runtime is called as unchecked exceptions. So example of these two are example IO exception, SQL exception. So these type of exceptions are called as checked exceptions. Runtime exceptions during the runtime, the exceptions are raised. Example, arithmetic exception, array out of bound exception, array out of bound exception. What is this? IO exception is it is a problem of getting input and output process. SQL means SQL process errors. Okay? So these two are happened and known at the compile time only, but it is happened during the runtime. For example, arithmetic exception, array out of bound exception, null pointer exception, number forward exception. So these are all called as a runtime exception because a lengthy arithmetic calculation is going to happen. After that, you are getting some value like zero or some negative values, so which may give some abnormal situation in a program. For example, I am going to execute some arithmetic operation. So a has some value, b has some value. After adding these two value, I am going to divide this value by some other value. Suppose that I am going to adding this a and b may comes negative or positive value. If it comes negative or it may comes to zero means it is an abnormal situation. So a value divided by zero, value divided by there is an arithmetic exception. So the type of situation happen during runtime. So logically the entire program is correct. Logically the entire program is correct, but some situation the values are going to created or generated by by the arithmetic or some other operations that is going to apply in some other arithmetic operations may give some abnormal conditions. So this is called as arithmetic exception. Next one is array out of bound exception. What is this? Array. Suppose I am going to declare an array with five values. Suppose I am going to input six value means that is called as array out of bound exceptions. So I have only memory space of five array, but I am going to put another one value six. It is not possible to occupy the array space. That is called as array out of bound exception. Suppose I am going to create a value. I'm going to generate some value in my program. These programs are going to store in the output of the particular program, numerical value or any other value is going to store in the array. Okay, so the array is not able to occupy all the values. That is called as array out of bound exception. Next one is number format exception. Suppose I'm having a number format exception. So I'm going to input a numerical value, but I'm going to convert this numerical value into character. Okay, I'm going to do some operation on the character value. That is called as number format exception. Okay, so these are all called as runtime exception. So these type of things are called as compile time exceptions. So Java handling the runtime exception. Okay, that is called that is done by the exception handling mechanism. So what is basically exception? Exception is an abnormal situation during the runtime of a program. Okay. For suppose I have a program, a thousand line of code. Suppose if there is any abnormal things are happened in the 10th line, the program come out in C or C like programs. Okay. But Java itself handling this one. Suppose if there is any malfunction, any abnormal situation in the happen in the 10th line means, so it is going to take over by the exception handling mechanism. It is going to execute the remaining 919 lines. It is possible by Java. That is called as that will be handled by the exception mechanism. So what I am saying is, suppose I have a thousand line of code. If there is any malfunction happened, function or abnormal situation, abnormal condition in for example in 100th line, the program itself handling the abnormal situation. The program itself handling the 100th line. Okay, the subsequent 101, 103 remaining lines are automatically executed. So the program itself, the Java programs itself handling the abnormal situation. That is called as runtime exceptions. It will handle by Java program itself. There is no need of user intervention. The program never come out. The program going to execute, complete all the 1000 lines and come out. So that is called as exception handling mechanism in Java. So I have an example program for you. So I'm going to create I'm going to execute the arithmetic exception. Now I'm going to execute the arithmetic exception. So that now I move to the Java online compiler to demonstrate this one. Okay. Yes. What is my question? What is my program? Handling the arithmetic exception. Handling the arithmetic exception. I move to that. Java online compiler. So what is my code? So program for arithmetic exception. Okay. So here I'm going to create some variable in int x. Okay. And x comma y, some numerical value. Okay. Yes. I'm going to get the value from the keyboard, so that I'm going to use Java scanner object Java dot s equal to new Java dot scanner. I'm going to get the value from the keyboard, so that system.in. I'm going to use system.in property for getting the value for x. Okay. Yes. So I'm going to give a prompt message, so that I'm going to use system.in out dot println open bracket, open bracket, enter the double quotes, enter the two values. Enter the two values. So what I'm going to do here means, so I'm going to do some arithmetic operations. So I'm going to show the array arithmetic exception. Enter the two values. Enter the values. Okay. Here I'm going to assign on float value. Float some z equal to x by y. X by y. So I'm going to divide integer values. Therefore, despite values also there. System dot out dot println open bracket system out of println. I'm going to print the value of z. Okay. And value of I'm going to print the values. So now I'm going to run the program. Um, so before running the program, I want to show some other things to here. Okay. Suppose yes, for smooth running, I want to show the smooth running and also abnormal condition. That println outputs end of the program. Okay. Just for showing the outputs to you. Yes, end of program. So what will happen this end of the program is printed or not after this, after abnormal condition. So now I'm going to run this code. I think everything is correct. I'm going to run this code. So I'm going to give two inputs, isn't it? Compilation error. System dot out. Technical error. So I'm going to get the value from keyboard. Sorry. X equal to s dot next int equal to next int open bracket close bracket and run this code. I'm going to get the input two values. So 10 space 2. So what is my output? So 5.0 end of this is the output of this code. This is a normal execution. So there is no abnormal situation happen. The program is running and also this value also going to be printed now. Suppose I am going to do the some other value to that. Instead of putting the dividend by 2, I am going to put 0. So what is this? Exception in thread main arithmetic exception divided by 0. The remaining is not executed. Remaining is not executed. So what I am going to do? So I am going to handle the exception. So how I am going to handling the exception? By means of keyword that is available in Java. That is available in Java to handling the exception. Now I'm going to stop the sharing. I'm going to explain about the keywords which is available in the Java to handling the exceptions. Okay. So there are keywords. So I come to the notepad. So now I'm going to sharing a notepad to you. Yes. Yes. So there are keywords available in handling the exception in Java. The first one is try block. So this is the actual executable code. Try. So I'm going to execute this code. If there is any abnormal situation happen, that will handle by the catch block. That is called as catch block. So you have to mention in a curly braces to mention these things. Then next one is three finary block. Even though if there is any exception is raised, if there is any exception is there or not, the finary block will be executed. So the try catch finally will be executed, or try with finally is also executed. Okay, so there are two type of syntax while using exception handling. One is handling the exception by means of catch, try executable codes along with the catch. There is any malfunction, any abnormal situation happened in the try block, so that will handle by the catch block. So finally is a default block. It will work always. If there is any exception is raised or finally executed. Okay. The fourth one is throw keyword. It's going to throw an exception. Throw an exception. Next one is fifth one, throws. This is for declaring an exception. So this declaring it. These two are used for throws and throw for throwing an exception or declaring an exception. Okay. So try block is has an executable block. Try block is going to execute. Then if there is any abnormal condition is going to happen, that will handle by the catch block. Then after that, the default block is called as final block. If there is any abnormal situation happened or not, this will execute it. So it will execute after try, or it will execute after try, catch, then finally will be executed. So throw, it is used to throw an exception. It may be user defined exception or inbuilt exceptions. Basically, we are having these are called as arithmetic exception, array bound of exception, number format exception, executable exception, IO exception. These are all called as inbuilt exceptions. So Java itself having some number of exceptions. So we can write user defined exception also. So catch block handling the user defined exception or inbuilt exception. Okay. If it is mentioned, means it is going to take the user defined exception. If it is not mentioned, it is going to attack the default exception, that is called as inbuilt exceptions. So throws, it is going to create an object. It is going to declare exceptions. Basically, this exception is a separate. This exception is a base class for all type of exception, but the top of the hierarchy is throwable. So throwable is a class which is both. It is for exception and also error. Error means it's a irrecoverable process. You have to restart the system. You have to restart the program. So error means that is called as, for example, some type of errors, virtual memory error or some other hardware error. So these are all going to restart the program for connecting, for recovering the particular type of errors. So errors are irrecoverable. So error and exception, these two are two classes under the throwable class. There is an interview question. So which is the topmost class hierarchy in exception handling? So that is throwable, not an exception. So exception is a class. So under this, we are having a checked exception and also unchecked exception. That is called as runtime exception as well as the compile exceptions. Okay. So I think you are able to understand what is try. Okay. So try is nothing but handling the executable part of a program. If there is any abnormal situation happen inside the try block, that will handle it by the catch block. So nothing will happen, the catch will never be executed. Then it comes to finary block. Okay. Then throw, which is going to throw some exceptions. So basically, catch blocks throw default exceptions. Okay. Inbuilt exceptions. Then throws, it's going to declare an exception. So it's going to create an object for an exception. Okay. So these are the keyword used. So I'm going to execute this in the compiler. So now we move to the online compiler to demonstrate the arithmetic exception. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. So here I'm going to get the value. So here I'm going to use try block. Okay. Here I'm going to use try block. Try try. Open the bracket, and it will going to end. Going to end. So I'm going to end this. Okay. So this is the sorry. This is the try block. Okay. So if there is any malfunction happen, so that will handle by the exception class, exception block. Right. So arithmetic, arithmetic arithmetic exception. Okay, so I'm going to create an object here. E is an object for arithmetic exception. So I'm going to display the information system dot dot ln e dot. I'm going to get the message. Okay. So what I'm going to get, I'm going to display the things. Okay. Then close the exception. Then I'm going to, this is the final block. So finally, so this will going to display the end of the program just for information purpose, for just for demonstrating the final block. Okay, what I did. So I'm going to put this code under the, this is an executable part of my code, isn't it? So and this is a try block. This is the executable part of my code. Okay. After that, if there is any malfunction happen, that will handled by the this catch block. Okay. So what is my exception? Arithmetic exception. Okay. Arithmetic exception. Okay. So what is the name of the exception? Divide by 0. Okay. Divide by 0. Okay. Then final block will execute. Okay. Yes. Okay, now I'm going to run this code. Enter the two value in 2. Okay. And 2 values. So enter. So what is output? Output is 5.0. So and once again I'm going to run this code. So what is my input? So I'm going to 10 divided by 0. So this is an abnormal situation. So this is divided by 0. This line will be executed. So after this abnormal condition, the remaining code will be executed by exception handling mechanism. So this is an important features of Java. Important feature of Java. Understand? So previously it is not executed. Entire the program is not executed by the previous program. Previous program I am not using the try catch finally, but here I am using try catch finally to executing the remaining statement. Suppose I am having some other statement here. Okay, some other statement here. I'm going to demonstrate some other statement. For demonstration purpose, I show this. We have some other line of code after the final block. So now I'm going to execute this code. So I'm going to give the input 10 space 0. It's an error. So these things are executed. So end of the program is this is under the final block. Then exception handling is out of the final block. But so by this exception handling, so the remaining statements are executed. So that is called as exception handling mechanism. So Java program, this is Java program itself handling the exception. Okay. This is called as what? Arithmetic exception. Okay. So the top of the hierarchy is exception. So I'm going to put exception here. Exception is at top of the hierarchy. Now I'm going to run this code. Okay, I delete it. Okay, so it's system itself the going to find the arithmetic exception. So 10 divided by 0. So what is now divided by 0? It will handle by. So because of the divided by 0 is an arithmetic exception under the top of the hierarchy exception. Okay. So this is called as runtime exception. We don't basically the program is entirely correct, correct, syntactically correct and also logically correct, but some abnormal situation. So this small program we are giving input. The y is generated by means of number of arithmetic operations. Okay, the value becomes 0 means what will happen? The total output is not get. So it is also this by handling by the Java itself. That is called as exception handling action. Are you able to understand this one? Yes. So here the arithmetic exception is discussed. So now I move to some other exception, array bound of exception. So now I'm going to delete this code and write there some other code. for demonstrating the what array bound of exception. Okay. So here I'm going to declare a variable a int int a equal to new a of new int of okay. I'm going to put the value. Okay, this is a try block. Suppose a of 0 equal to a of 0 equal to 10 semicolon, a of 1 equal to 11 semicolon, a of 2 equal to yes. Okay. So I'm going to create an array with the 3 integer value and assign the value. Okay. So now I'm to run this program. So nothing will be done. Okay. So suppose I'm going to create another one value for the particular array of 3 equal to 14. So possible? It is not possible. So these are all program generators for consider think it as a 10, 11, 12, 12, 14. These are all program generated value. So the program generated values are assigned in an array. The array is declared as a some numerical value. So what will happen? So suppose here the array is created by means of three values, but I am going to put 4 values. So what will happen? Is context 3 out of bound for the length 3. So there is an error. Array index out of bounds. Array index out of bounds. So what I'm saying is here. Suppose here we know the values 3. Suppose the array is instead as 100. The programmer is going to calculate getting some value to storing in the array. Isn't it? Suppose it is comes to 101 means there is an error. For example, I want to demonstrate the same thing to you. I am going to declare an array with 100. Here I am going to use one for loop to input the value for int I equal to 101. Okay, I is less than or equal to 200 I plus plus. Okay, this I plus plus. Now I'm going to input the value a of I equal to a of some other variable. I'm going to put some other running variable to that. Yes, int j int j j plus plus equal to int j plus. I'm going to increment the value and assign the value to that. Okay. If there is any error, we will correct later. Okay. Got to the logic. Okay. Yes. So I'm going to print. I'm going to print the value after the for loop. This is a catch try block. This is the executable code. Okay. This is a catch, and then finally I'm going to the same for loop to print the j values. Okay. Yes, j values. Just I'm going to copy the content. So I'm going to print the value. I'm going to just print the value. AFI. Yes. So with some space. Plus double quotes. Sorry, double quotes. Space. So what I did here. So I'm going to declare an array with 100 elements. All are integer. So I'm going to create a for loop to generating the value from 101 to 200. So how many values are here? There are 100 values. So this array going to have the value 0 to some plus plus value. Okay. Here I think instead of putting the actually so check it not run the problem so let it change the code. Later, variable I cannot find the symbol. Uh, J plus plus. Check on this. What's the problem here? I is not declared here. Once again declared. I find is that here. Cannot find symbol here. Why? Because of is an array. Same problem. Yes. Okay. So all the elements are displayed here. Okay. Yes. So, okay. Yes. So the value is from 101 to 199 less than or equal to that will going to store in this array. Okay. Yes. Now I'm going to find the length of the array. So system development and AF mechanism. So I'm going to add one more content to that. A dot length. So from which I'm going to find the length of the array. Length of the array. So what is the size? So now you will run once again. So you want to find the length of the array. A dot length. So let's go track it here. Is it correct? So 100. Okay, 100 is the length of the array, isn't it? Yes. The length of the array is so I'm going to use some other statement. Okay, make confusion to us. Length is here in the code and so the now I'm going to change the value. Okay, I'm going to put more number of values. So instead of this one, I'm going to put 300 values to that. Okay, 300 values to that. So I'm going to run this code. This mechanism is not running. index 100 out of bound of the length. Okay, so here I am declared as a 100 array. So this is an exception is raised. Even though the exception is raised, the remaining values are the what the element is going to store in the array that is going to display here. Okay, this is called as array bound of exception. Suppose I'm going to input more number of values in the array, but the length of the array is only 200. This is called as array index of bound exception. So this exception is handled by the Java program itself. So if this is a try block, going to execute this code. So what are the values consumed by I that is going to assign copy that is going to assign it to the array. So, so it is going to execute smoothly. It's going to execute smoothly. The remaining values are going to the remaining codes are going to execute it, and the remaining values are going to be used for the further process also. So that is also demonstrated here. Okay. So here, so there is an exception raised in this code. Okay, after that, the program is worked smoothly. It is handled by the program itself. Okay. Now I am going to slight changes in this code. Just I am going to remove the catch block and the try block and all. So I am going to remove this one. Okay, I am going to delete this. Delete these things. So what I did here, I am going to use one for loop to storing the data, array of data. Then I'm going to print the values. Okay. Yes. Okay, now I'm going to run this code. There is no exception mechanism here. Okay. Yes. I'm going to run this code now. What is my output? Yes. The program terminated by saying the exception. Okay. The remaining code is not run now. The remaining code is not run now. So this is not going to happen. This is not going to happen because of the problem of exception handling. Because of the problem of what there is no block for handling the exceptions. So now I'm going to change the value to 100. I'm going to run the code. I think it is correct. Yes, it is run smoothly because the array is going to occupy only 100 values. Okay. Yes. So I think you are able to understand the exception handling mechanism. Okay. So try, catch, and finally block is handling the exception mechanism. Throw and throws is also useful for throwing the exception. Okay, in the catch block, defaultly throw the exception. Okay, defaultly throwing the exception. We are creating exception, catch, exception, E. Okay, E is an object for exception. Okay, so this defaultly throw by the catch block. Okay. Okay, thank you, students. Thank you for your patient listening. Thank you all. So next class we discuss about throw and throws. Okay.